Hey everybody, it is Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and I'm out here in the garage on a Monday night for, I guess, another episode of Garage Gun Talk. And I just got done filming a video on all 5 or 7, depending on your perspective, Glock generations, and then a bunch of different options. And so I have a lot of my Glocks out here, my Glock 17 collection. I got a Generation 1, Generation 2. I know the lighting on this is not very good. Then I got a Generation 3 TB, so that's the threaded barrel. Then I have what some people call the Generation 3.5 or the RTF2 frame. This is a Glock 22 and 40. Sure wish I had one in a Glock 17. Then I got the, the Generation 4. And then what some people call the Generation 4.5, which is the Glock 17M, which was the contract one for the FBI. And then I got the Glock Generation 5 right here. And I talked about all the differences. I think the only thing I forgot to mention in the video is the fact that the Generation 5 has the Marksman's barrel, and I might have to put that in the description and as a pinned comment. It's just not worth going back and editing that into the video. But I also had a Glock 21C out here. I had my Glock 24, because I talk about the different types of porting. I had my Glock 28, which I talk about the import restrictions. And I also think I had my Glock P80, which is like the Lipsy's reproduction of the Generation 1. So I had a bunch of stuff out here, and I talk about things to look for when you're collecting and trying to figure out different generations and which one you like and which one is best for you. Well, that's what I was doing tonight, and I've already put some away. I just took a picture for the thumbnail for this, but one of my biggest watched videos on the main channel is my differences between the Colt 1911, like pre-Series 70, Series 70, Series 80, Series 90, and so forth. A lot of people like that, so I thought I would do one for the Glocks. And so that's what I was doing tonight. And I guess I want to talk about the videos I've been making the past couple of days, answer a couple of questions, and respond to a comment. But the first thing I want to say that I am very surprised about when I told people and asked people to go check out the Myers-Briggs personality type indicator. It is kind of, it's not necessarily pseudoscience, but it's one of those things where, I don't know, a lot of psychological research has been done into it. And when I first learned about myself being an INTJ, I had no idea about the test. I had always felt alone in the world. I always felt like I looked at the world differently than other people. And when I read the description of an INTJ, I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly me to a T. I mean, it was weird, like stuff like your approach to clothing. Now, for example, you guys probably notice on my channel, I could care less about clothing. And one of the lines I was reading about, it says, INTJs typically do not care about clothing as long as the clothing meets the basics of decency and warmth. I'm like, yeah, actually, that's exactly how I would describe my wardrobe. I mean, I wear t-shirts I bought at Walmart 10 or 15 years ago because they still work. I don't need to replace them. Why do I care about fashion? I got guns to buy, right? I got other stuff to spend my money on except fashion. When I go to buy shoes, I try to get in and out of a shoe store about as fast as I possibly can. I'll just buy the same model I have, same size. I don't even try them on. I get them and go. And when I have to go with my wife or kids, they're sitting there for like a half hour looking at shoes, trying stuff out. I'm like, oh my God, let's go. I don't care. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly how I feel in my interactions with people and so forth. But I was very surprised because I asked many of you guys to, if you haven't taken the test, if you don't know what you are, go take it. A lot of you guys said you were INTJs as well. And it's a very rare personality type, about 2% of the population. And I got to thinking about that. I was like, why is that? I think it's because INTJs are attracted to other people that are INTJs. Because my channel and the way I organize things, the things that I talk about, the way that I approach things is very INTJ. I'm not a borderline personality. And so I do things my own way. And I think that's why people of that same personality type are attracted to my content, because maybe they understand what I'm doing or how I approach things. So that was kind of interesting and eye-opening. What else did I want to talk about when it came to those videos? Oh, yes, I got a question. I guess it was more of a comment. And I think I confused somebody, because somebody had mentioned, hey, in the past couple of videos, you've been very Debbie Downer, very negative on the future of gun rights, pretty much saying we're going to lose them. But then in this latest video, you talk about the gun tubers that are all doom and gloom, the fire and brimstone, all the fear-mongering. Do you not believe that? Like, this seems to be a difference. What about that? And they were saying that I was talking about the fire and brimstone guys, saying they're over-exaggerating things. And I kind of thought about that for a moment. And I guess I need a little bit of clarification on when I am doom and gloom about the Second Amendment, what I mean. The doom and gloomers, the fire and brimstone, people on YouTube, they look and they seem to predict that we will lose our gun rights in one, fell swoop. Like, all of a sudden, you and I will go from what we have today, okay, the laws that are on the books, to like Joe Biden signing an executive action tomorrow that outlaws all guns, and literally by the end of the day, you will have ATF agents or FBI agents at your door without a warrant, storming in your house, killing your dog, taking every gun you have, and arresting you. And there's just going to be like this mass confiscation and arrest, and we go from zero to absolute tyranny like that. They're coming for your guns. They're going to arrest you. Like, all these millions of people are going to be arrested on some technicality on the 4473, or they've just changed their mind. Like, no. Like, in my opinion, that's not going to happen. I believe we are going to lose our gun rights through, death by 1,000 cuts. In that it's a slow progression, very slow. It might not happen in my lifetime or your lifetime, but we're headed in that direction. And it's not that they're necessarily going to do it through rules or regulations or passing laws. What they're trying to do, and they understand the power of culture. What did they say, or what did Andrew Breitbart say? Politics is downstream of culture. So whatever culture is now, the politics of the future will be. And it influences that. And so the left, the anti-gunners, know that very well. I mean, look at how they have for generations slowly infiltrated institutions of higher learning, how they slowly infiltrated the bureaucracies. And now they're so entrenched, it almost seems like a Herculean task to undo the damage that they have done. They are so entrenched, they have tenure, they have job security, they have all these things because they slowly infested and infected culture, institutions, and they grew roots that now, even if we want to remove them, we can't. Because they understood the power of culture. And they look at banning guns the same way. They realize if we can change the culture of the way younger people think about guns, the way guns are used, their familiarity with guns. I mean, for example, they want to get rid of classes in school that deal with either hunting or archery, or they want to make sure that there's no classes taught at all on gun safety. None of that can be in the curriculum of schools, because if you make it to where a gun is this mythical talisman of evil that people don't want to associate with, they will be very easily persuaded to give up that right. I don't own a gun. I don't want to shoot. I don't want to do this. I'm not a right-winger or whatever they're going to say. And then they'll be happy to vote their rights away. because they changed culture, not because they changed rules or regulations. And so when I'm a Debbie Downer, it's not me saying that we're going to lose our guns in one fell swoop. It's that we're going to lose them through death by 1,000 cuts, if that makes any sense. So I understand why some people might have thought I was saying one thing in one video and saying something else in the other. Because we could lose the war and the battle in the long run, but it's not going to be that fire and brimstone, as I said, where all of a sudden mass confiscations and arrests, and they're rounding up gun owners and putting them on trains and sending them to these FEMA camps and all that kind of stuff to deal and sort it all out. That's not going to happen, but the fire and brimstone people are all about that. So yeah, I that's what I was trying to say. So I don't look at the two as being necessarily mutually exclusive. I can be down on gun rights in the future, but I don't have to be fire and brimstone and say the end is nigh, if that makes any sense. So anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about, address that, because I thought it was a very thoughtful comment. And upon reflecting on my positions and what I said, I can understand why maybe I did not make myself clear enough. So I hope that cleared things up. And I guess I talked about the whole INTJ thing and how many of you guys that are claiming you're INTJs. Maybe you just want to be cool like me, because INTJs are very proud of being INTJs. And we seek each other out because we're rare birds, but we like to be ships passing in the night. And then I talk about my Glocks. Yeah, man. So just a little bit of gun talk, a little bit of politics, a little bit of personality. So interesting gun talk tonight. So I always appreciate you guys being here and going on this journey with me. And I also want to put out a last thing and talk to people that have told me in the comment section in my videos recently that, hey, I just found your channel. I really enjoy your content. I subscribed. I want to make sure that you all know that the Texas Gun Vault 2 is the secondary channel of the Texas Gun Vault. There is a main channel where I review guns and products and that kind of thing. And occasionally I do like a political talk, but it's more formal than this. This is all casual, like on my camera phone. Where on my main channel, I'm always using my Sony vlogging cam. So I just wanted to make that aware to people that may have found this and are not subscribed to the main channel, because I would love to have you over there. That's like the main project. This is just my behind-the-scenes stuff. So anyway, let me know if you guys have any questions or have any comments about anything I talked about tonight. And like I always want to do is see who watches to the end. So if you watch to the end, because I did a video on Glock generations, use the word generation somewhere in your comment, and then I know you made it to the end because you are an awesome vault dweller, and that means a lot to me. I love making these videos and seeing who actually watches to the end, and I'm honestly honored and humbled beyond anything else. So anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful night and continue having a wonderful week. Every day is a blessing, and I guess that's all I got to say for that. So have a nice evening, and I'll catch you in the next one. So, as always, thanks for watching.